17th place in Hungary, a weekend that he was very keen to put behind himself, and Aaron Canet hasn't seen the end of the first lap in either of the last two Grand Prix. Largely his fault back in Mugello when he was involved in the collision with Sini and Tayo Perasanto. This time he felt he was the wrong party when he was clipped by Ivan Antonio on the opening lap down the chicane of turns.
toughest class in Grand Prix racing, in motorcycle racing, full stop, in terms of the nature of the competitiveness of the motorcycles and of course the riders as well. A really tough class. It's not like Onto and Canet are missing bags and bags of speeds, but 2, 3, 4 tenths here and there make a big difference, and unfortunately that is Jose Antonio Moreno on the deck down at turn 11. promising weekend so far. Just dampened slightly. Of the session to try and consolidate that top 14 spot and then go again tomorrow. Ethan Guevara does pits. It wasn't a time attack run. Looks a little bit in a slight discomfort, just moving his neck around slightly. I don't think that's too much to worry about, but not looking overly comfortable in terms of the pace either. Guevara is not a million miles away, of course. He's also ahead of Gonzalez in this session, so nothing too much to worry about. But yeah, it's going to be now a slight pause, and then we get going again for the prime time. championship either, but there is potentially for his teammate Aegis.
Trotting downhill through the Schwartz curve of turn 10. And you're now going to be climbing steep uphill, a wall of tarmac in your face as you round turns 11 and 12. We'll continue the ascent up horsepower hill to the final couple of corners. So Aegis, of course, like many in this MotoGP, last year, amongst the sort of 15th position in the side this weekend. Just
Yeah, great job from the young Aussie to get towards the 1 second adrift mark. Good job from the number 22, and a good job coming in from Alex Escreed. Loses a bit of time in the final split, but does improve to P4. Is that Escreed safe and sound in the Q2 places? We'll wait and see, of course, but he's got a nice buffer to Tony Arbolino, who's now been sorted outside for the top of Dino Garno. Set to go. Thank you. stress levels during the session, and it improves them slightly. slimmest of margins you can do as things stand. Alonso, does he go P1? No, loses time in that final split, but he does take the checkered flag as things stand in P1. His teammate is trying to change that on this final lap time around, but no issues for Alonso. He is heading into Q2. No matter what happens, anything else going on, Joe Roberts saying